He was called the Cool Ruler, a man whose velvet voice melted hearts and defined lovers' rock. Gregory Isaacs was not just a singer, he was a movement, a feeling, and a sound that shaped reggae forever. From the bustling streets of Kingston, Jamaica, to the grand stages of London and New York, Gregory Isaacs captured the essence of romance in reggae. His journey was one of triumph, struggle, love, and legacy. But who was the man behind the music? What was his life like off stage? And how did he become one of the greatest voices reggae has ever known? This is the full story of Gregory Isaacs, the Cool Ruler. A story of music, family, success, struggles, and an immortal legacy. Gregory Anthony Isaacs was born on July 15, 1951, in Fletcher's Land, Kingston, Jamaica. He grew up in a working-class family, in a Jamaica still finding its identity after gaining independence in 1962. The Kingston streets were alive with sound systems, ska music, and the beginnings of rocksteady. These rhythms became the soundtrack of Gregory's childhood. Unlike many kids who dreamed of sports or trades, Gregory found himself drawn to music from a very young age. His voice was his gift, smooth, tender, and naturally melodic. Even as a boy, neighbors and friends could sense that he had something special. He attended local schools in Kingston, but it was outside the classroom where Gregory's real education began. The streets of Kingston were his training ground. He absorbed the culture, the rhythms, and the raw energy of Jamaican life. By his teenage years, Gregory was singing at local gatherings, entering talent contests, and performing in community spaces. It was in those early moments that he realized music was not just a passion, it was his destiny. In the late 1960s, Gregory Isaacs took his first official steps into the Jamaican music industry. Like many aspiring singers, he started small, recording singles with local producers, hoping for a breakthrough. His early attempts didn't immediately bring success, but Gregory was persistent. He recorded with producers like Byron Lee and Winston "Niney" Holness, learning the craft of studio recording. In 1973, Gregory's big breakthrough arrived with the release of My Only Lover. The song is often credited as one of the very first True Lovers rock tracks. With its gentle rhythm, heartfelt lyrics, and Gregory's smooth vocals, it announced a new direction for reggae. This wasn't just music for political rallies or dance hall parties, it was music for romance, for intimacy, for love. Gregory Isaacs had found his identity, and with that, the legend of the Cool Ruler began to rise. By the mid-1970s, Gregory Isaacs was becoming a household name in Jamaica. His voice stood out in an era dominated by legends like Dennis Brown and Bob Marley. Isaacs built his reputation through consistency. He released hit after hit. Songs like Love Is Overdue and All I Have Is Love made him one of the most played artists on Jamaican radio. In 1974, Gregory took a bold step. He founded his own record label, African Museum, a move that showed not only his ambition, but also his desire for independence. At a time when many Jamaican artists were exploited by producers and labels, Isaacs wanted control over his own music. Throughout the late 70s, Isaacs toured Jamaica and the UK, building an international fan base. His reputation as a live performer grew. Fans described him as magnetic. He didn't need to dance wildly or shout. Instead, he stood with quiet confidence, delivering his songs with elegance and emotion. By the late 1970s, Gregory Isaacs had earned the title of the Cool Ruler. His image was distinct: sharp suits, wide-brimmed hats, and a smooth swagger that matched his music perfectly. He wasn't just singing songs, he was creating a lifestyle, a brand, an identity. And the world was beginning to take notice. By the late 1970s and early 1980s, Gregory Isaacs had achieved international success. He signed with major record labels and toured the world, spreading reggae far beyond Jamaica's shores. His 1982 hit, Night Nurse, became one of his most iconic songs, loved not only in Jamaica but across Europe, Africa, and the United States. Gregory was now more than a reggae singer. He was a global star. His concerts drew massive crowds, his albums topped charts, and his reputation as one of reggae's greatest vocalists was cemented. Over the course of his career, Gregory Isaacs earned numerous accolades. He was celebrated in Jamaica as one of the island's greatest cultural ambassadors. Internationally, he received recognition for helping spread reggae's message of love and unity. Though not always showered with mainstream awards, his impact was undeniable. To fans and fellow musicians, his influence was more valuable than trophies. His legacy lives on in the countless artists who cite him as an inspiration. At the peak of his career, Gregory Isaacs enjoyed financial success. With hit records, international tours, and collaborations with major labels, his net worth reached into the millions. He owned properties, traveled the world, and lived a lifestyle that reflected his success. But like many artists, Gregory's wealth fluctuated. Challenges with personal struggles and the changing music industry affected his finances. Still, his true wealth wasn't measured in dollars. It was in the timeless music he created, songs that continue to generate royalties and keep his name alive today. If you ever saw Gregory Isaacs live, you knew it was an unforgettable experience. Dressed in sharp suits, moving with calm confidence, he mesmerized audiences. Unlike some performers who relied on flashy antics, Gregory ruled the stage with charm and elegance. His concerts were filled with passion. When he sang Night Nurse, fans felt every note. When he crooned Love Is Overdue, couples in the crowd would hold each other tighter. His voice carried emotion in a way few artists could replicate. Gregory Isaacs lived the life of a star, but remained deeply Jamaican at heart. He had residences both in Jamaica and abroad, often splitting time between Kingston and London. His style was unmistakable: tailored suits, fedoras, and a cool swagger that earned him comparisons to a reggae James Bond. His lifestyle was a mix of glamour and struggle. While he enjoyed the finer things, he also faced battles with personal demons, particularly struggles with addiction. Despite these challenges, his resilience and dedication to music kept him going. Gregory Isaacs was a man of passion, not just in music, but in life. He was known for his romantic nature, which often reflected in his songs. His relationships were sometimes turbulent, but always genuine. His family, friends, and fans knew him as a man with a big heart. He cared deeply for those around him, even when fame and fortune complicated things. Like many great artists, Gregory's journey wasn't without hardship. He battled addiction and had run-ins with the law. These struggles sometimes overshadowed his career, affecting both his health and his reputation. But through it all, Gregory Isaacs never stopped singing. Even when life knocked him down, music lifted him back up. His resilience inspired fans who saw in him a reflection of their own struggles and triumphs. Gregory Isaacs passed away on October 25, 2010, after a battle with lung cancer. His death was mourned worldwide, but his music lives on stronger than ever. He left behind an extraordinary legacy: over 500 recorded albums, countless unforgettable performances, and an influence that stretches across genres and generations. From reggae legends to modern artists, many credit Gregory as a guiding light. Today, when people talk about lovers rock reggae, one name always rises to the top: Gregory Isaacs, the cool ruler. Gregory Isaacs' story is more than just the tale of a reggae star. It is the story of resilience, love, struggle, and triumph. From Kingston's streets to the world's biggest stages, he sang his truth and touched millions. Though he is gone, his voice remains immortal. Whenever Night Nurse plays, whenever lovers dance to his smooth melodies, whenever reggae fans gather to celebrate the music, Gregory Isaacs is there, ruling cool forever. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe for more inspiring biographies.